Hello there. Yeah, this is just a guide to show you how to enter trade. Now, this is how the platform looks like. This is how the chart looks like, right? And this is I was trading on gold USD, gold versus US dollars, as you can see there, right? Yeah, and as you can see, I bought. I was buying. Now, this is my trade here. The trade is running on a profit, as you can see. 1500 USD was deposited. This is my demo account, and right now it's at 11,739 USD. Now the equity comes to around 13,228 USD, right? So it's running on profit right now, so it's quite good. Now as you can see, it rips good because gold moves very fast, so it's quite it gets good money. Now on the quotes here, as you can see, we have currencies: Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, and Euro GBP, and all that. Down here we have gold USD, gold euros, and Utirol USD JPY. Now, there's something known as hedging. Okay, what is hedging? Hedging, if I was running on a loss, if I was making let's say I was not making profit, right? Let's say this was a loss. Hedging is when I now come and maybe choose USD JPY, this one, right? So I choose it and enter trade there and make profit so as to prevent me from making losses. That is what we call hedging. Okay, right? But because we are running on profit, as you can see, it's just fine, right? Now, this is quite wow. I thought this was I wish this was real, because this is a lot of money, bro. 1500 USD to 11,676, a total of 13,189. That's like a million Kenya shillings. That's a lot of money. But we want to see how, I want to show you how I entered this trade, and just to explain to you how I managed to grab all that profit in the market. Now, the first and most important thing to look at when trading is what we call support and resistance. So I know your chart looks like this. So we have green candles and red candles, right? I know yours is probably you have a light theme. I always like the dark theme, so I chose the dark theme. Now what I did is, as you can see, I went to the weekly time frame. Now if you look at this chart right here, the graph is going upwards, right? It's an upward trend, right? It's an upward trend, so which means the buyers dominate the market, right? Now, when you buy, when you buy, the graph goes up. When you sell, the graph goes down. Okay, right? So the green candles are buyers, the red candles are sellers. Okay. Now, when the buyers dominate the market, the graph goes up. So as you can see on the weekly chart, the graph was going up. When you look at the daily chart, the graph was going up, right? So buyers dominated the market. So we had to buy. I had to buy. Because if you sell when the buyers dominate the market, then you're going to lose your money. So I entered this trade because the buyers dominated the market. The graph was moving upwards. Now, before you make your entry, you have to make sure you know the direction of the market. Is it moving upwards or is it moving downwards? Now, as you can see, on the weekly chart, it was moving upwards. On the daily chart, it was moving upwards. These two time frames are important. Okay, they're important. So now I realized that the direction of the market was an upward trend. It was not a downtrend, which means buyers dominated the market. Now, Another thing I was looking for, because it's an uptrend and buyers have dominated the market, what specific time and period and place is it right for me to enter the trade, right? Now, after realizing that the market is an uptrend and buyers have dominated the market, you go to the lower time frames. Now, I went to the 4 hours and the 1 hour. Okay, so I went to the 4 hours time frame, and what you look at is there's something we call support and resistance. Okay, support and resistance. So, for example, let me use a lower time frame. Let's go to the 15 minutes chart. 15 minutes chart. So that I give example. Now support, or let me use the 30 minutes time frame. Now, support and resistance, these are key zones that the market respects. These are particular points on the chart where the market recognized and made some changes on it. Now, for example, if you see this one right here, the market respected that area, and again, it respected this area right here, right? And the 1 hour time frame. Let's use the 1 hour time frame. Okay. Now, as you can see, when the market reaches this point right here, it's more of a key zone, right? Now, when you want to see detect support and resistance, you look at the areas where the market frequently respected. In other words, the parts that the market reached and made changes, reacted the same way as before. So, for example, right here, you can see the market reached this point and it started, it started going down, right? As you can see on the 15 minutes chart, it's going down, which means it respects that area. Okay. Now, the key zones that the market respect, when you look at the 4 hours time, when you look at the 4 hours time frame, we can bring it here. See this place here? These are an important point. This is an important place. Okay. So this zone, I don't like using a line, I like using a zone. So let's put it somewhere there. Yeah, right there. Okay. So that's a zone. That's a zone. So this is support. The down part of it is support. The upward part of it is called resistance. Okay, it's the resistance zone. So this is the resistance zone. Okay. Yeah. So this zone is the resistance zone. Okay. That zone right there, it's resistance. This is support. Resistance is the up part of it. Support is the down part of it. So as you can see, the market came in this place and bounced back. Okay. Right. As you can see right here. Right here. Okay. It was moving up, came down, reached this place and bounced back. Now this becomes our support zone. Okay. When you look at previously again, right here. Okay. The market was moving upwards, decided to come down, reach this place. Okay. The market was moving upwards, came down, reached this place and bounced back. This also becomes our support zone. Now, if this is our support zone, if this is our support zone, then this becomes our resistance zone. If this is our support zone, then this right here becomes our resistance zone. Okay. Now, how did I enter this trade? The first thing I did, I drew the support and resistance zones. Those are the first step I did. Number one, like I said, you notice the market was an uptrend. It means buyers dominated the market. When the buyers dominate the market, the graph move upwards. When sellers dominate the market, the graph move downwards. Now, I noticed the buyers dominated the market, and then I drew support and resistance zones. Okay. Now, because the market respected this area, okay. Okay. Right. When you look at the lower time frame, okay, like I said, we have support and resistance zones. Okay. So, like I said, because it's an uptrend, right? We waited for the market to go up. So it came up on this point here, and then it started coming down, right? Now, I waited for the opportunity when it reached the support zone and started going up. Okay. Now, when you look at the 1 hour time frame, when you look at the 4 hours chart, as you can see, we waited for the market to start going up. So it came, went up, came down. Okay. When it began going up, we decided to enter that trade right here. Right here. It started going up right here. And because it's an uptrend, we waited for it to come down from this point here. And the moment it reached this point here, it started going up, and that's when we entered the trade. And as you can see, it has gone up, very much up, and it's running on profit, right? 13,166 USD, right? It's running on profit. That is good money. And only 1,500 USD was there, which means that's around 200,000 shillings, Kenya shillings, to 1.5 million Kenya shillings. Wow! In a short period of time. Now, the most important thing to consider when you enter this chart right here is, number one, you have to choose what you want to trade with. I prefer gold versus USD because it's what I'm using. It gets somebody good money, although it moves very fast. So when you're losing money, you lose it fast. When you're making money, you'll make it fast. So you have to make sure you're making a good decision. So number one, you have to choose what you want to use. You can use the Euro USD if you like, but as you can see, but it doesn't get you good money like the gold USD. So the gold USD, it has good money. Now, just not to go into the depth and advanced part of it, when you come to this chart, the first thing you realize, you ask yourself is, what direction is the market going? Is it an uptrend or is it a downtrend? As you can see, this is an uptrend. Okay, you go to the weekly and daily time frame to see which trend is it. So if it's an uptrend, it means buyers have dominated the market, right? So the weekly time frame, it's an uptrend. The daily time frame, it's an uptrend. Number two, if it's an uptrend, it means I'm buying. At what point do I need to buy? The point you need to buy is, you look at the uptrend, wait for the market to start coming down again, bounce back, and then you enter. You see, we entered at this point here. This point here. Right? You wait for the market to bounce back and start going up again. Okay? Right? Right there. Boom. So when it starts going up, you enter your trade. And you need to put your stop loss because you risk losing a lot of money. Okay? Now, If you enter your trade here, right, then your stop loss needs to be somewhere right here. Yeah, just next to the point where you've entered your trade. It needs to be somewhere there, somewhere here. Okay, so that you don't lose your money, right? And because it's an uptrend, you just let it run your trade, so you're sleeping and you're making money. It's what a good thing. Now, I hope this was quite helpful. I didn't want to go to the advanced levels of it, but that's basically it. Number one, what you look at, you go to the weekly time frame, look at the direction of the market. Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? If it's an uptrend, then buyers have dominated the market. It means you buy. If it's a downtrend, then sellers dominate the market. It means you sell. After that, you have to notice the key levels where the market has respected a lot. So for example, the market has respected this zone, so you can see at some point it touched this zone and bounced back. On this other side again, it touched this zone and bounced back, and again this zone right here. As you can see, it reached this point, started coming down, it reached this resistance zone, bounced back, started coming down, reached this point here, started going up. So it respected this point. Okay, so this is a support zone, this is a resistance zone. Okay, now when it goes up again, this becomes a support zone. It's no longer a resistance zone because it's an uptrend. Now the market went up again, but when it reached this point, it started coming down and started going up again, and that is where we entered our trade. Okay, and it started going up. Yeah, I hope that's quite helpful. Thank you.